Good morning, Animation One. Today's Tuesday, May 12th. I hope you guys are doing really, really well. I'm going to keep it really, really short today. Goals. So, by the end of this week, what we were wanting you to do is to have pretty much your intro roughed out, meaning you may have most of the motion tweens done. Maybe you have your keyframes done for the little sections that you're doing frame by frame animating. So the keyframes are in there, and you need to do in betweens next, but haven't done those yet. Perfect. So we're roughing it out so that 15, 20 seconds, you can watch through it and kind of get a sense of what it's all going to look like, right? And so that's what we want to have done by the end of this week. Next week will be about the smoothing and polishing, adjusting colors, doing those in betweens, working a little bit more on smoothing out the transitions, um, doing some camera movement stuff, which we'll talk a little bit about later next week. So consider that. That's kind of where we need to be able to finish on time. If you are not here, if you are way behind here, then you need to devote more time to your project. If you're just behind, you're behind. You need to catch up. So it's just like you were if you were normally in the school year, you would stay after school to continue working on it. That's kind of a common thing. Okay, so do that. Let me know if you have any questions about that or concerns or anything. Just email me directly. All right. So I did want to look at a couple of examples that were turned in that I thought were pretty cool, and I want to talk about them. So here we go. Here's the first one. So that's it. Let's watch it again. So if I'm looking at this animation, I'm getting a couple of things. One, this is about 2 seconds long. So remember, your intro needs to be 15 seconds. So this one finished section is already 2 seconds. So about, I don't know, 15, 20% of the project that is 100% complete. That's awesome. From this, the way that the background looks, I get a really good sense of what the environment looks like. I get a sense of what all the coloring is. And then once the character is introduced, it's friendly, it's colorful, the way that it's illustrated, I get a sense of what this is going to look like. It's energetic, it's moving fast. So I know it's just a foot coming in and then running, and then, ooh, I really like that, by the way, and then bouncing out. But it tells you a lot about what kind of show I would be watching, and that's really cool, as opposed to, let's say this one here. Now, this one is the same 2 seconds long, and it has these two characters, which look great. I get a sense of the colors. The colors are a little bit more cool, I guess. You have these blues, and these, I guess maybe it's like teal, and then you have this yellow ochre over here. It has a much more, I don't know, I wouldn't say friendly. I would say cool, slick, vibe to it. And then this transition is something that I thought was really lovely, and I thought that you guys should all see. So as the character reaches up for this chord, they are pulling in the next frame of the intro, which is really, really smart. And that's an awesome transition to the next thing we're about to see. But if I'm looking at this, this is a lot of frame by frame animating, and this does take a while. So maybe from here, to save yourself a little time, this could have been tweened, them swinging out, so you didn't have to animate frame by frame this. So just think about, maybe it's exactly what they did. I can't tell. So think about that. How do we simplify? If I did all this frame by frame on this section, maybe other sections of the intro I'd keep a little bit simpler with mostly motion tweens or camera movement, okay? So these both look excellent. Again, if you're a little bit behind, this week needs to be catch-up week because we are just quickly running out of time, okay? The rubric, I did want to just remind you that the rubric is in our files folder. If you go to files at the top of our teams, you can download this. This is exactly how I'm grading. So self-grade yourself. So if I'm looking right now, the animation show is between 20 to 30 seconds long. I dropped that to 15 seconds if you need that little bit of a buffer time there that's just not as long. That's perfectly fine. 15 would be kind of minimum, though. That's 10 points. Has anybody gotten those? Absolutely not. Concept of the show. It clearly leads a spade through the intros. Anybody got that? Probably not. All major casts are introduced within the intro? No. The logo. So like everybody's getting close to these things. Probably somebody's gotten some backgrounds. Music and audio you should have already gathered. Hopefully coloring is just something you're doing as you're going. So you're earning points now, but we're still pretty far behind. You're going to go from having a 30% on this project to 100% within just like a couple of days once it all starts coming together, okay? So make sure to look at the rubric. Make sure to answer the review and reflect question for the day. That's it. If you guys, again, have any questions or concerns, you guys reach out to me via text or email. Would be perfectly fine, okay? Have a great day, guys.